we are going to study Portuguese by watching some Brazilian news. Where are we at right now? We did in the first sentence, dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente vai te mostrar. This part, dá uma olhada, means take a look. Take a look, give a look, have a look. Nas imagens. Nas is a contraction at the images or representations. So in this case, it's a video recording, and they're going to show in this video. See right here where where the plane is going to go off the runway and crash into a car. Okay. Dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente, that we are going to show you. Que a gente vai te mostrar. Dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente vai te mostrar. That was the first sentence, and we heard her say it at the end of the previous video. So if we listen to that part again, you can hear it here.
Dá uma olhada nas imagens que...
See there? And we'll go a little slower.
Dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente vai te mostrar.
Okay, that's what we've done so far. Dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente vai te mostrar. Now, today we're going to do this sentence. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. Okay, let's go ahead and read that. First thing we need to do is be able to read the Portuguese. Avi, and this AO with the little tilde above it, or whatever they call it, this accent mark, a form of accent mark. Avião, avião, sort of nasalized. Avião saiu. Avião saiu da pista. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. RR sounds like an H. Carro. Okay. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. One more time. Let's go slower. Read it along with me. Out loud. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. Little faster. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. And faster. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. Now let's go through this and make sense of it all. I'm going to move my chair a little bit. There we go. Okay, so first, avião. The word so first, this just means a plane, like an airplane. Okay, avião. Means a. Remember, in the previous lesson, we saw uma olhada, and uma meant a. It translates to a or a. Give a look. Here is a plane. A plane or an airplane, could be either. Okay. Now the word also, you'll learn, means one, the number one. But that makes sense, right? Because a thing is only one thing. And that's why that works that way. So, is one, and avião is plane, and Notice has the A at the end. That I said was feminine. Well, is masculine. So avião is a masculine noun in Portuguese. Okay? But the thing to remember is this. Avião. Avião means a plane. Now, let's continue. Less bold here. So, avião. Next, saiu. Okay. Da pista. Saiu, ran off or left, exited, left the runway. Okay, left the runway. Saiu comes from the verb. Sair, to exit. Okay, to exit or to get off or to go off. Okay, so when the plane went off the runway, it saiu da pista, went off from it. So saiu is the past tense of it. I'll say exited or went off, left, like departed from the runway, left the runway. Okay, saiu. Da. Next word, da. This is a contraction. We learned a contraction yesterday in the previous video, actually. Nas, which means, or is, a combination of two words, a contraction of two words. Eng, as. So, nas is en as, which also means at the, in that sentence. So, give a look, dá uma olhada, nas imagens, at the images, okay, at the visual representation. Da is a contraction of de or G and a. Say it enough times together, you'll see why it's a contraction. Da, 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 da. Very natural just to put them together, and that's what happened. And so we have da. Now, what does G stand for? From, and a, the. Okay? From the. So da is Gia, and the actual meaning of it here is from the. I'm going to delete that so you can see it clearly. From the. And the next word is pista. Runway. The runway is like the road with a lane for the airplane. Okay, so here you have the airplane, avião, an airplane or a plane, saiu da pista, left the runway, or exited from the runway, if you want to be very literal. Exited from the runway. But you get the idea. Saiu da pista means it left the runway. It went off it. E bateu em carro. What's that mean? And crashed into a car. Okay, or you could say and hit a car, but crashed into is fine here. E and notice E is not same thing as A. See, put that little accent mark over it. I'll highlight, make these bolder so we can see what I'm talking about. It's just those letters. E is pronounced E and means and. A, this E with an accent is A, and it means is. Totally different words, okay? And they sound different. E, and is, okay? In this case, there's no accent mark. There's no little mark above it, and so it's E. That's how we say it, E, and it means and. Let's keep going. Bateu. How about bateu eng? They go together. Okay, when it's a crash. Crashed, past tense, comes from the verb bater eng. But here it's bateu, past tense, just like here saiu, past tense ended in the u, you get the bateu. It's not always the case, but anyways. Bateu eng, crashed. So, avião saiu da pista. A plane left the runway, went off of the runway, and crashed. I'll say into, because of the eng, and crashed into carro, a car. Remember, a carro, car. Okay? So what you have is up here, avião, a plane. Avião saiu da pista, went off the runway. E bateu eng, and crashed into or hit carro, a car. Okay. If you were to talk about somebody who hit another person in the past tense, you could say he bateu eng the other person. Okay. And that's what you would use. So it's not only a crash, it can also be hitting. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. Let's practice saying it again. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. A little faster. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. Now let's say it all together. Dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente vai te mostrar. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. Again. Dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente vai te mostrar. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. And very quick. Dá uma olhada nas imagens que a gente vai te mostrar. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. Now let's go ahead and listen to her say this part.
Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro.
Try it again.
Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro.
Can you hear it? Try to listen to what we just said. You want to be able to hear her say it even without the captions. Avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro. That's how she was saying it. She says it better. Her pronunciation is, of course, a native pronunciation, so it's much better. And let's go ahead and hear it full speed before we wrap up, right? Full speed might be too fast still. 0.75. Okay, let's get up here. 3/4 speed.
Mostra, avião saiu da pista e bateu em carro.
All right, so that's what you have. That's the lesson today. Practice it. Watch that video over and over again. Repeat that beginning scene until you can really hear it clearly, and practice saying this until you have it memorized and can sound like a Brazilian. Okay? That'll help you hear it better too if you can say it. Take care.